Hi everyone. Just want to say hello. I'm doing another little live session here. I want to talk about. Let me see if I can get the video up. Hopefully the video is up. You guys can see my screen here. Just want to say hello. I want to show you how to move elements with Photoshop. It's kind of important to not to fake sometimes things that we see literally because sometimes they don't work. So I'm just going to use this image as an example right now, and right here this rock is the one that I'm thinking I want to remove. I think it's just kind of in not remove. I want to make it a little bit smaller, and you can do that with Photoshop. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And let's see. What you want to do is you want to create a new layer. So Command J, this thing right here. I'll do like two new layers. And let's see. So what I want to do is I want to take my lasso tool and kind of go around this rock. Now again, I'm not a photographer, I'm a painter, so this doesn't have to be. Let's see, we'll go this way. We'll even take the shadow with it and everything around it, like this. And then I can right-click this. I should say I'm going to go to Edit and Image and Edit. And I want to transform it. And I want free transform. So I'm going to make this rock a little bit smaller. So this way everything in the back will have more of an importance. So once I'm ready, I just click the return key. And let's see, we can go to I can go to my clone stamp and make it a little bit bigger for sure. And let's see, want those squiggly lines out of there. So I'll go back to my clone stamp and I'll pick a target. And I'm just gonna sort of go around it. And I can even bring the shadow down. Let's bring the shadow down a little bit. It's pretty cool what you can do with the clone stamp. You can really do some neat things. I can even bring this in here, like that. And pretty soon that rock will just kind of get smaller. I mean, again, I'm a painter. I'm not a photographer, so I'm not doing like, if you guys are photographers, this is not that precise because that's not my means to an end. For me, a painting is means to an end. That's the big difference between photography and painting. So yeah, I mean, let's see. I can even take some of this stuff and let's see. Yeah, kind of go around here. Kind of reshape. I can reshape the rock too if I want to, like this. So now I can go back and forth, see the difference, see that? So all of a sudden, this stuff up here is more important than this rock down here. That was kind of the idea behind that. Because you don't want to have, if I go back here, I mean, my eye is kind of going between these shapes, this shape, and this shape. They're kind of sort of not equal, but they're kind of fighting for each other. I mean, even if I would erase this, sort of just go roughly in here, watch where your eye is start shifting too. All of a sudden, just your eye is kind of going, and I know I have the squiggly lines in there, but you know, all of a sudden your eye is going back, you know, into these areas back up here. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're designing. And yeah, I'll keep my eye out on the live chat. As I'm doing this, I want to bring this rock into this other image. And I want to place it here. I want to show you how to do that. It's pretty neat too. That's a cool little thing that we can do in Photoshop. And by the way, there's the magnetic lasso tool. Probably even a little better. Just picks up stuff better. Yeah, I'll go around it like this. Basically, all I'm doing is selecting the form with the magnetic lasso tool. And then I go Command C, and I have an Apple computer. And then I'm going to make a few layers. And Command V as in Victor. There's my rock. There's my big rock. Obviously, it's too big. And again, this is just an example. I mean, you wouldn't even know that it didn't even belong there because it's the same lighting condition. So watch this, see that? But all of a sudden, this gave depth to the scene. Let me get my brush tool back. So all of a sudden, I can kind of walk. Oops, that's not what I wanted. By the way, Command 0 will kind of pop it back. So let me pick a better color so you guys get to see where I'm pointing to. And so once I make this rock here, I can walk into the image more. There seems to be another layer here in the foreground, which is this rock. It's important to have layers in your painting because what that does, if I take this out, it gives you depth. I mean, it could work without it possibly too. You know, definitely that's something to consider. I would definitely simplify anything in the background here. I would pick whatever value I'm going to pick in color. I would definitely simplify all this stuff back here. I don't want, and you know, what's going to happen a lot of times, folks want to paint all these little crevices, like these little things. Oops. Command 0. I should be able to zoom in on the image, but basically, folks want to paint all these little crevices that you see, all these little things. It's going to look horrible if you start honing in on that. So make sure you simplify those things. Oops. Make sure you simplify those things. And when I say simplify them, I mean, this is how I look at it. Generally, I would pick like a medium light, maybe a little darker than that. And I would block it in when I paint this. Yeah, I would block it in first, and then throw a few values over it. A lot of times people want to put every little thing like this, and it's going to look like somebody shot it with a shotgun. It's going to look horrible. In the painting world, it doesn't work. If you're a photographer, this might not make sense to you, but in the painting world, it doesn't. It just does not make sense to